Hello everyone, welcome back to the Mr. Smelly Fragrance Review channel. Today we're going to be having a look at 5 reasonably priced niche fragrances that I highly recommend, and we can sample all of those at Fragrance Samples UK. Before we get into that, don't forget my fragrance GRAVITAS Pour-On will be coming out soon, and we've been conducting some tests on that one with members of the public with different amounts of sprays to see how it affects men when they wear it, and here are some of the results. Okay guys, yes, welcome back. Hello. So today we're going to be looking at 5 really great, reasonably priced, relatively inexpensive niche fragrances that I highly recommend. You can sample all of these at Fragrance Samples UK, who are the sponsors of today's video, and very importantly, they have a special Boxing Day sale on that's going to run today, Boxing Day, and it will end on Friday the 27th of December at the end of that day at midnight. That's UK time. The code for this is FSUKBD20, and that will give you 20% off everything across their entire site. It's a fantastic place to sample fragrances from around the world, either the ones in this video or a range of, I think, over 600 other niche, discontinued designer and regular designer fragrances. They can ship worldwide. There are 14 countries other than the UK. There are 14 countries other than the UK that you can select at checkout and just order through the website. If you're from anywhere else in the world, for example the USA, simply email them at info@fragrancesamplesuk and they will get those orders out to you. And you can also, of course, mention the code for your 20% off. And the email address is info@fragrancesamplesuk.com. And you can find the link to their website in the description of this video. It's run by Greg from the Greggy Boy 76 channel, one of my favourite fragrance reviewers, and fantastic time now if you want to pick up that Roger Dove fragrance in a 5 or 10ml sample, the Creed stuff on there, Tom Ford. Really good bargains on those guys, so now's your chance to snap them up. Let's get stuck into the video anyway. So 5 great fragrances that are reasonably priced. So you can, with a little bit of searching around online, if you want the full bottle, maybe after you've sampled it, and if you decide you like it, then these are all gettable for under £100, whether it be a 50ml or 100ml bottle or whatever, without spending more than £100, and in some cases a lot less. You should be able to get yourself a bottle of these. So let's dive in. The first one then is Andy Tower, or Tower Perfumes, L'air du Desert Marocain. So the air of the Moroccan desert is what that means, and that's how this fragrance was intended to smell. This is a fantastic fragrance which is supposed to symbolise or embody the smell of the air of the Moroccan desert. Perhaps that air has passed through the city, picked up some of the spices in the market, and gives just this wonderfully unique, slightly exotic but very, very wearable aroma. Some of the notes in this one are coriander, cumin, rock rose, dry cedarwood. I didn't see it listed as a note, but definitely a feel of incense in here. Very, very wearable, very good performance, fantastic strength, and just one of the niche masterpieces out there, and very reasonably priced. So you can pick it up for around about £99 something on some websites for your 50ml bottle. But sample it first, because you may or may not love it. Moving on then, the next one is a perennial favourite in many videos of all the fragrance reviewers out there, and it's Intense Cafe from MONTALE. As the name suggests, there is a coffee note in this, although I don't pick up on that massively. More so, I pick up on the rose and the vanilla. It's a superb combination of those two notes. A very comforting, warming fragrance. Very, very unisex. I think men and women can wear it equally well. Performance is absolutely stellar. And it's a very, very good fragrance for cold weather, autumn, winter, early spring kind of time. Spray this on a jumper when you're snuggling up cozy at home. It's absolutely fantastic stuff, and that's, be careful because that smell will be on the jumper for weeks and weeks. Really, really beautiful, a little bit synthetic smelling maybe, but I guess that's why it performs so well, because it's got powerful synthetic ingredients. But it smells high quality too, in a strange way. It's really, really good, and for something you can pick up without spending your crazy Roger Dove or Xerjoff kind of prices, just as good as any of those, in my humble opinion. So Intense Cafe for gourmand fragrance lovers, rose and vanilla at its finest. Don't forget, if you'd like to join the Smelly Army private members club over on Patreon, there's a link in the description to do that. It costs just $2 a month and you get an extra video from me every week, plus you get to watch everything I've already uploaded in there. We're building a really nice community, lots of interaction, and I'd love to see you in there. Next one up then, a bit of an unsung fragrance in the fragrance community. It's Je suis un homme from État Libre d'Orange. So this fragrance actually there's a story about it which has to do with Napoleon, unlike another famous fragrance that we hear a lot about. So this one is themed around the fact that Napoleon used to apparently like to wear cologne into battle. He said douse himself with it apparently. And this one captures some of his favourite smells that they think might have been an appropriate fragrance for him. We've got citrus and bergamot kind of notes in the beginning. It's classed as a citrus aromatic. You've got a lot of leather, and there's a cognac note as well in there, which is, I think, it gives it a real interesting twist. It's classed as a citrus aromatic, but it's a very leathery fragrance as well, very masculine. Kind of a classic feel, but I like it when you get these things with a little bit of a classic men's fragrance feel, but a sort of a modern niche twist in there. And with the cognac, I think we get that with this one. Very, very nice. If you like the kind of thing I like, that you've seen me go on about, you're probably going to like this one. But it's very different to anything else I've ever smelled. It's citrus combined with woods, leather, and a hint of the boozy. Very, very powerful and very, very good indeed. So Je suis un homme from État Libre d'Orange, highly recommended. We have two fragrances left. The next one is MILANO CENTO HOMME Eau de Parfum. There's an Eau de Toilette and an Eau de Parfum, both very reasonably priced. Oh, I should have mentioned the Je suis un homme. I found it for well under 100ml. I think it was more like 50, 60 something pounds on a couple of online websites. So definitely well priced. MILANO CENTO HOMME then, the next one. This is a newish release. There's been an Eau de Toilette out for a few years, but the Eau de Parfum has now come out, and it's a very beautiful fougere fragrance. It's kind of fresh, it's certainly a masculine fragrance, and it's got a lot of those notes that those of us who love things like Cubigant's Fougère Royale, Rive Gauche pour Homme from Yves Saint Laurent, maybe Givenchy Xerius will recognise. It's fresh, it's got a bright breezy opening, but it's got a lot of depth and spices. There's some clove in there, there's patchouli, there's some sort of musks in the base, and amber, some warming kind of accords as well. Very, very classic feel, but again with a little bit of a modern, fresh niche twist maybe, and it smells bright, it smells breezy, and yet it's got masculine depth. And the Eau de Parfum is very much in the same vein as the Eau de Toilette. It's not a big change, it's just a little bit richer, higher concentration of fragrance oil will give you better performance maybe than the Eau de Toilette, which I think is still absolutely a great fragrance. And this one a little bit more of the accent on the warming, woody base notes rather than the citrus opening. Very, very smooth, very classy fragrance, and you can pick up full bottles. I think the price of this, the Eau de Parfum, is around 70 something pounds retail price. So sample it, try it first. If you like it, it's a great bargain, I think, that one. Okay, last but not least then, it's a perennial favourite again, and this is MANCERA's CEDRAT BOISE. Fantastic fragrance still. I haven't mentioned it for a while, but you look at the back of your bottle collection and sometimes you remember, God, that's still a great fragrance. So I pulled it out and I thought, yes, this is totally worthy of inclusion of in the list. Very often compared to Creed's Aventus, there is a similarity. Notes include lemon, blackcurrant, water jasmine, whatever that is, vanilla and patchouli. It has this fresh citrusy opening. There's a little bit of sweetness and fruitiness from the blackcurrant, which is a shared note with Aventus, and a smooth sweetness and white musky base to it. Fantastic performance. Very, very fresh, doesn't have the smokiness of Aventus, has a magic all of its own, and prices on this one way, way lower than Creed's Aventus or, you know, many other more prestigious, supposedly niche brands. MANCERA CEDRAT BOISE. Try it before you buy it, because not everyone thinks it's as good as I do. Get a sample from Fragrance Samples UK, check all of these out, and see which one is bottle worthy. Don't miss out on their sale then, running till tomorrow Friday at midnight. Use the code FSUKBD20 for your 20% off. Don't miss out. Thank you very much for joining me. Let me know what you thought about my picks in the video down below. Any other great inexpensive niche fragrances out there. As ever, whatever you're doing in life, let's project. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.